Welcome to Overdrive AF, the official podcast of Overdrive Fitness. My name is Teddy Gerzon, and I'm joined by Gina Marie Gerzon.
Hello.
As always with us, our special teams coordinator, Destroyer, flexing hard. Flexing because I'm pretty sure you had a solid week of progress, correct?
Yeah. You know, I just need to flex to keep that in mind because I went down a little bit in muscle, but I need to keep the confidence up and practice flexing for when I get it up higher.
A lot of isometric work, that's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Does it? You
Always be flexing.
Yes. There's a mantra to live by right there.
Yeah.
Also flexing on that awesome cookie cake you made that you showed us
Yeah.
before the show.
Yeah, that easily could have been a segment tagged on to the doozy video that came out this week.
You might have to.
That could have been the extended version.
Yeah, the director's cut.
The OnlyFans.
The exclusive.
I mean, hey,
I mean, you're
if you
leaning
could-
out for nothing.
we could
right?
make $1 million in 30 minutes just by squeezing the icing on that cookie cake. I mean,
Yeah. Next time I'll wear an apron and nothing
Hey.
else when I make
What's up? I'll take my modest 2%.
the cut as the manager.
Yeah. Yeah, so it is, 55 degrees in New York right
Beautiful.
now?
Yeah.
So the sun's coming out, it's getting nicer. We had great weather, and then yesterday or whatever, it was like 40 fucking degrees in mid-April.
very damp and rainy.
So,
It snowed in Boston.
I
Did it
heard
really?
about that. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I think Vermont got like over 1.5 inches.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
not even
God.
like the fun stuff, just like the wet, gross
Yeah.
shit.
Well, I don't think snow is really that fun after Christmas.
Yeah, that's true.
'Cause it's
Snow
just-
in April's not really going to be fun.
It's a nuisance. You're just like, what the fuck? Like, even in January, like, fucking snow.
Yeah. Shoveling. And
Yeah.
Salting and everything.
People are like, oh, I love the snow. I was like, well, you must not fucking remove any of it. Like, you must not shovel at all if you love it. So, whatever. It is fucking getting nicer out finally. As far as Stack reopening, they have, but the semester's almost over, so, whatever. And those of you that follow us on Instagram and Facebook, you saw that the Double Doozy video was a hit. Hats off to Destroyer for putting that together. And yeah, we may have made some Double Doozy fanatics in the process.
Yeah. There were a few comments saying that people either really liked them or wanted to try them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, people not realizing that you can actually order those.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was huge.
still no response from Great American Cookie Company yet, so I don't know what the fuck that's about.
Seriously.
And they're big timing us.
Yeah. It was
It-
a glowing review. We didn't have to do that for them.
No.
I know.
Especially after fucking up my order.
Yeah.
And to be even more excited on their end that we were promoting the fact that it can be done and fit into a healthy lifestyle
Yes.
when rationed
Yeah.
appropriately.
These are the angles they need.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that ties into what we're speaking about today.
Mhm.
Daily wins. Consistency.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So before we go on to that, let's talk about what you've been doing recently. What's your progress like? Excuse me.
Yeah, like I was saying, down just a little bit in muscle, but holding in fat, and more or less holding in muscle these days, which is pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Getting in probably, 5 days of running and 2 days of lifting in for the spring, and then probably will, flip that back as
Mhm.
it gets cold later in the year. But yeah, just-
Later in the month.
yeah, every other day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that, and then, now I'm vaxxed up, and I got my little pod of a couple of friends that are vaxxed up, so we're gonna be hitting the blacktop.
Nice.
Running some one-on-one or some
nice.
king of the court stuff like that.
Shirtless and maskless.
Yeah.
shorts-less and
Shirts or skins, one-on-one.
Hey,
You mean shorts or skins?
there we go. Where's the office?
Absolutely.
So it's great. So
Yeah.
how many miles?
This week, I think, I don't know, putting me on the spot with math is tough. I think it was 24.
Solid.
Wow, that's great.
So far, at least. Who knows what today or tomorrow is going to...
Have you had time to put up any jump shots?
Yeah, my form is... I'm working on, like, the form more. So my strength behind, like... I need, like, the wrist action to get worked on. I'll need to do some stuff with the dumbbells.
Supination and
on there. Yeah,
pronation.
some supination, pronation work. Get those wrists extra strong for that. But yeah, still working off the rust, but I feel like I need to get, like, me just shooting around alone. There's no pressure. There's no
Yeah.
theatrics to that.
Yeah,
I need like the reason to perform.
exactly.
So once I get out there with my buddies and, you know, some pride is on the line, I
mean-
think that's when I'll finally start going off again.
I think
But-
we're gonna. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say it. Desi's such a testament to consistency because I think we started on this journey of really honing in the end of August or something, right? It was like
Yeah.
almost September.
Yeah, I think I started doing, like, the workouts and helping out with the lives here probably around the summertime.
But,
I
like,
started getting the weigh-ins in probably like November-ish.
But what about, because I was
or
looking
there
at,
was one, yeah,
where-
later in September maybe.
right? And then
Yeah.
I think like when we really started honing in and even on your nutrition and like
Yeah.
macros and ratios and your workouts and stuff. So if it's been 6 months of, you know, consistently like logging food and, you know, looking at your portions and being conscious about getting your workouts in and just in general your sleep and all that other stuff, traveling and school.
Yeah.
But Desi has put on weight. He's actually put on weight, and it's been just a transfer. He's lost body fat and gained muscle. So of the 4 or 5 pounds that he's actually added onto his frame, body fat has gone away, has been reduced, and muscle mass has increased. Lean body mass has increased. So there's been bone growth and everything else, all the good stuff, you know. So that's a testament to his consistency, you know, being pretty much on point for the most part. And look, we weigh more and less, you know, every hour to hour throughout the day. So even if somebody was to get on the scale every day, there's going to be a little bit of up and down, but from week to week and then month to month, we see that consistency. And Desi's been able to maintain that fat loss, that muscle gain for the most part. It's pretty much stayed there now. And then body fat reduction. So weight increase, body fat reduction, and muscle gain. All in the process of actually eating more, right? Being more conscious of the types of foods that you're eating, and then just feeling better in general, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I think
That's
that's
fabulous.
a testament to, like, the plan and the app and stuff. Like, when I see every day that, like, other people are getting their workouts in, or like when the workouts like drop into the chat or something,
yeah,
I'm like, well, I, like, everyone else is getting on it, and it's the end of I gotta get it in. Or with, like, the nutrition stuff, it's like it having, like, that plan every day. It's so much. To me, it's like easier and takes stress away from other things. Having that being so structured.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, having that plan and that help.
And
Definitely.
the accountability, right?
Yeah, definitely is huge for the.
So
the
hats off to
consistency
Desi.
side.
Oh yeah. Fucking been very consistent,
Yeah.
right? So you've been,
It is.
and like you said, the app will help you, like which we're talking about today, with your daily wins, right? So there's constant
Reminders that or I shouldn't say we, mostly Gina, will set up for people, like habits or goals that they need to accomplish for that given day. So that on a weekly basis, even so that you know, they can hit their longer term goals. You know, so it just reinforces. I know we've spoken about habits before, You know how everything you do, like if you want to be successful, like, you have to establish great habits, right? So, in doing so, in my eyes, I think one of those daily habits should be, celebrating all the small wins on a daily basis, right? So, like, you could really go in a couple different directions when speaking about it. So, like, for instance, in the gambling world, right? A lot of people go to a casino, let's say, to play blackjack or poker, right, or hold'em, whatever. They're always looking to walk out with like thousands or tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? So they go up and down a lot, right? If you know anyone that gambles, they lose a lot more than they win, right? So they would probably be, actually they would definitely be in a better position if, instead of like trying to leave $1,000 or even $10,000 every night, right, but wind up losing $5,000 every night, maybe stopping every night when you're $30 or $50 up, because then that compounded every day, $50 up at the end of 30 days, there's your $1,500, right, as opposed to, like, I don't know, being down $1,000 every time you leave the casino. I'll take the profit, especially if you're gonna go every fucking weekend or whatever, for the rest of your life. So it's, the small wins, they do add up. What do you have to say about anything on daily wins?
Oh, daily wins. So, I think it's, well, with the app too, delegating to each of the members and the athletes. They have their workout set up, very specific goals that each of them have, and we allot those habits to each of the members who are working nutritionally and through their training together. Small wins, like, what about consistently getting to bed an hour earlier every night? That's an extra hour of sleep, of rest and recovery, for allowing your body to repair, regenerate, restore itself. Maybe getting on the treadmill first thing in the morning if you have one, or for 10 minutes every day. That's an extra hour, say, or more of activity that you'll be getting in per week that maybe you hadn't done. And all of a sudden your weight starts to go down and your body fat starts to go down, and you actually feel like you have more energy through the day. What about starting with or ending with, a breathful, kind of relaxing mobility or stretching routine? Maybe to start your day or to end your day, a guided visualization. Maybe you're taking your dog out for a nice long walk in the morning. That I'm sure they could use it. Not only could you use it, but they could use it. Getting some daily sunlight on your skin. Vitamin D is something that the majority of us are so deficient in. Those little wins consistently every day, it allows you to feel better, to be better, to perform better. And all in all, I notice that if we were to take like a survey, or if we were to actually set percentages up in the app, and those that are consistently hitting and completing their habits are the members and the athletes that have been the most and are the most successful in here, or whether they're remote or in-house. I noticed that those are the members and the athletes that are and have been, even in the past, the most successful at the specific goal or goals that they have set out for themselves. And we need a certain amount of time to ingrain those habits in, and then we change them because they become part of your daily.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe cooking maybe setting up for a home cooked meal every week. Maybe, you're used to just buying out, take out. Even if it's healthier versions of things, what about, getting that 1 or 2 days of a home cooked meal in, and maybe packing that for your lunch, or having that for dinner the next day, or even your breakfast, and all of a sudden the scale starts to change, your body fat starts to change, your clothes start to fit better, you start to have more energy. You feel like you're more energized, you're not as irritable, your lifts go up, that kind of thing. You're sleeping better. Like, all of those things. One ties into the other. And it's a compound effect. So we start to add those things up one at a time, one at a time, one at a time, and boom, all of a sudden it's like you're a totally different person. And like, for instance, we have Katie, who's in 16 weeks has lost over 25 pounds, and she's continuing to do so. She's continuing to lose body fat, continuing to lose weight, because she's practicing those daily habits. You know, their reminder as she opens up her app, it's a daily reminder for her to complete them. Whether it's a mantra, or whether it's getting in her steps, or whether it's to get to the workout, or to smile more, or whatever the case. She's completing those habits on a daily basis. You know, and hats off to Katie Velasquez for losing that 25 pounds and feeling amazing in 16 weeks, too.
Crushing it.
Pardon?
Crushing it.
Crushing it. And it's been absolutely transformational for her.
Yeah.
Body, mind, and spirit. She's a totally different person in 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
And just think, 16 weeks, it's like nothing.
And all she needed to do is just get started.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, just like anybody else when she came in, you know, we wanted to see what her goals were and try to lay out a successful plan for her. And like most people, they come in, they have these huge goals, but they feel like they're too far out of reach, so they settle for something halfway or even less than that. All we did was just map it out so that it was achievable. And I mean, 25 pounds. She's only been here for 4 months. I mean,
That's a small child.
yeah, it's crazy. So
or what are the when Braj was about 6 months old, I would say, when we rescued him, he was about 25 pounds.
yeah.
Still, it's a lot.
So it's you know, and all she did was consistently met with you week to week. She followed everything you assigned her every day. She got all her workouts in every week. That was it. And then aside from the training and the nutrition, it was, you know, just focusing on your peace of mind, which is also huge, right? Let alone rest and recovery. So no, I mean, it's great because it's like you were saying, the daily wins, they have a compounding effect. All right, so it's almost like investing, right? A 3% return doesn't seem like a lot, but you know, $1,500 a month at 3% return, compounded daily, you know, over the course of 20 years, you'll have $500,000 for doing nothing but just putting in the work. $1,500 a month. So that's what, like $50 a day? I'm doing a brain fart. $50 a day, right? Some of us spend more than $50 a day on takeout, cigarettes, and booze. So, and then commuting to work, paying tolls, whatever the fuck it is. I mean, I'm sure, you know, if you can make the small changes, you can see stuff like that happen in your own portfolio. But, you know, going back to fitness, I mean, it's just, what's the equivalent of that, you know? Living longer and healthier, you know? Not having to worry about, like, who's going to take care of you when you're older. Like, you're just so self-sufficient because you're so strong and healthy. Like, there was a guy, Chris Duffin posted, it's his business partner. He deadlifted, it was over 600. I want to say it was like 620 or something like that. And he's 72 years old.
Nice.
Like, you can get that strong by just starting a week ago, a month ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
That strength was developed, it was with a compounding effect over a long time. But you have to take small wins to get there. I mean, that'd be great if I could be that fucking strong at that age.
Oh my God, that's why it's strength training and resistance training is such a priority for everybody.
Yeah, that guy's not
Younger
breaking a
and
hip
older.
anytime soon.
Oh my God, talk about building and maintaining strong bones, bone health. Oh my gosh, tendon health, ligament, everything. Jeez, amazing. It's amazing.
So yeah, I mean, your daily consistency too. You know, accepting all the small wins. will allow you to have more free reign in your plan, right? Whether it be your nutrition, your training. Let's say you're like, all right, I'm just not feeling it today. I'll work out harder tomorrow and just take the day off, right? Or, I'm feeling really depleted. I need to have something that's going to feel like I'm getting my daily dose of drugs, but not go over on my macros or calories, like the Dunkaroo icing, which at Stop and Shop is 2 for $3 at the moment. So I think that sale goes on until April 22nd. Not that I was keeping tabs on it or anything like that, but no, amazing, right? So only 2 tablespoons of it is 23 grams of carbs. So, I mean, like,
That's pretty good.
would you rather eat a half a cup of rice? Absolutely. But, if you're in the mood for something sweet and you can make the sacrifice, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's always big and almost sort of fun at this point for me. It's like when I've eaten all the right stuff throughout the day, and have that room and figuring out like what kind
Yes.
Yeah.
of little thing I want to work in. And this week it was cookie cake twice. Worked with my daily macros and everything.
See, what's great about the cookie cake is, like, you made the recipe, right?
Yeah.
Now, you made it from scratch. So what you can always do is plug all of the ingredients into MyFitnessPal,
Yeah.
and then it'll calculate the servings. So, it's just, you don't need to know how big of, was it a 13 by 9 tray or whatever. Just cut it up and be like, all right, this recipe made 24 servings. And you're like, I'm going to have 4 pieces of cookie cake today. And it's logged.
Yeah.
So, no, that's great. Maybe we got to make one with the Dunkaroo icing next.
That could be big.
Hey, well, that's the next tutorial or the next.
I actually might be picking up some Teddy Grahams to dip those in later. Might be a wild Saturday night.
Yeah. It's making me hungry.
I know.
Right?
What doesn't make us hungry? Seriously, we're always talking about
It
food.
always comes back to that by the end of the episode if you give us enough time.
The 2 greatest things that bring everyone together, the 2 biggest, lowest common denominators.
Yes.
Food and DMX.
Hello.
Yeah, I think those 2 things could bring world peace if those were at every table.
Instead of saying grace, you say, Lord,
You
give
say,
me a
yeah,
sign.
Lord, give me a sign. Probably like that one.
My voice isn't deep enough to, but yes.
So, yeah, anything else to add?
I think we covered it.
Accept the small wins. Celebrate them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They add up every single day.
We do.
And they will yield long-term success. We can guarantee you that.
Mm-hmm. Stick to the plan.
Anything else to add?
No, I think we got it.
All right. So, in the next week, you'll see Destroyer's highlight video of some playground basketball, of shorts and skins, and
House of highlights, yeah.
there you go. Who's in charge of that? Omar? Forget. But yeah, maybe we'll be submitting the highlight tape to that. Maybe you can get another 3 extra college credits out of that. Who knows? Could be wild. Getting Stack viral now. So yeah, no, that's it. That's all we have for this week's episode of Overdrive AF. We'll catch you guys on the flip side.